Thomas had gone to the works to be mended. The Fat Controller asked Duck to look after the branch line. Duck was delighted. It was nice to get out of the yard, and he got on swimmingly with the coaches. Percy was happy to see him again, and Toby was glad of the help, but found Duck to be rather opinionated. One day, Toby was taking trucks from the quarry. Bertie was approaching the road crossing, but to Toby's horror, he wasn't slowing down. They just missed each other. When they next met at the station, Bertie was most apologetic.
Oh, I am sorry, Toby. I've got a new driver today. He seems to think I can beat you to the crossing.
That's all right. I just hope he doesn't put you in harm's way again.
Duck arrived with Annie and Clarabelle. He'd heard everything.
Didn't your driver see the crossing gates?
There are no gates. It's...
How can you run a line with no gates? It isn't proper. Why, those road vehicles wouldn't know to stop otherwise.
I know when to stop, thank you.
It's for your safety, as well as ours, Bertie. Accidents cause problems for all of us.
Duck looked back at Toby.
You should ask Sir Topham Hatt to put up gates at once. You should have asked him ages ago.
Toby and Bertie said nothing more. They just looked at each other.
I don't believe it, Percy. I never thought Toby would be foolish enough to run on an unsafe line.
The line is safer because Toby runs on it. His cow catchers and side plates work wonders. You needn't worry, Duck. If Sir Topham Hatt thought that crossings needed gates, they'd have been there from the start.
Duck was unconvinced. They were needed, in his opinion. Recently, one of the level crossings had been having issues with its gates. Sometimes they worked as they were meant to. Others, they stuck, no matter how hard the signalman pulled the lever.
God, punch! I'm okay.
There hadn't been any accidents, only headaches from the delays, and the engines took great care when they approached. Unfortunately, no one had warned Duck. The next morning, Duck was puffing happily along. The coaches sang quietly to each other, and Duck was pleased with himself. He passed a level crossing, its gates keeping traffic at bay.
Now that's the way, just like a proper railway.
At the troublesome crossing, the trucks and lorries safely passed through. A new signalman was covering for the regular one. He pulled the lever and went back to his coffee. He didn't notice the gates were stuck. Duck soon approached. He saw the gates, but didn't worry.
They'll open, they'll open.
But they didn't.
Stop! Stop!
His brakes screeched and his whistle blew, but crack! And there was Duck, sat on the crossing, remnants of the gate clinging to his front. There wasn't time to examine Duck. Traffic was starting to build on either side of the crossing. Percy had to pull him to the station. When they arrived, Toby and Bertie were there.
Toby, who's that? Whatever he's doing, it doesn't look very safe to me.
It's Duck. Though, it seems he can't decide between pulling a train and being a crossing guard.
Oh, bye-bye.
Duck blushed and looked at his buffers, decorated by the broken gate. He certainly wouldn't be making any remarks about safety for quite some time.